Denise Onen, good afternoon and welcome to Fine Music Radio here in Cape Town. And today we are talking to you about a concert coming up that is hosted by VOX Cape Town. This is the concert on the 14th of October. And you are one of the composers whose works will be performed at this concert. Denise, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Otto. Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, I'm very excited about this concert. I'm sad I can't be there, but looking forward to having this piece premiered by Vox.
Yes, absolutely. So Denise, you are one of the composers whose works will be performed, and I see Vox, when they refer to you, they talk about an audio alchemist Denise Onen. I'm wondering, why are they calling you an audio alchemist? What kind of music do you write normally?
So that term I've adopted over time because I found I work with a wide range of sound and music. And over the years in my practice, I've centered and aligned it with collaboration. So more than just, let's say, traditional classical composition, I've worked with a lot of, let's say, sound installations for visual artists, or it's this process of bringing other people's sonic ideas to life. Whether that's for film or documentaries, it's this wide range of just trying to access sonic possibilities. Like alchemy, in a sense, changing like sound as this form of matter into this creative wonder or whatever it could be.
So that makes sense then, that you would compose something that is inspired by the Kalahari, this vastness of the Kalahari. Is that what inspired you for this specific piece that Vox will be doing?
Yes, so John had mentioned they wanted to do a concert series and some of the works were about the Karoo. And I've always found the Karoo to be this incredible wonder, and it would be a beautiful place or just ancient wonder to try and capture. And it was inspired by the first time I drove through the Karoo. It was at sunset, and just seeing how you have this vast desert landscape and these stars starting to twinkle in the sky, and just this meeting point of amazingness, but also just to be met with the fact that this is something that used to be submerged, but is also this paleontological wonder in terms of like natural conservation, and just holds so much history in just the, like fossils that are found there, but it's also this wonderland of so many varieties of succulents. It's just absolutely incredible. Yeah, when I saw it, I'd heard about it, but when I saw it, I was just like, wow, okay, this is the Karoo. It's incredible.
Well, your explanation of it sounds magical. I mean, I think you certainly experience it in some extra senses that I think many of us don't. And I think that puts you in the ideal spot to be writing about it. The work, what is the work that will be performed? What is it called?
So it is called Usque ad Sidera Telus, is Latin for Earth rising up to the stars.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, because they do have magical horizons in the Kalahari, right? What is the structure of the piece? How can you describe it if we have to compare it with, say, a concerto or a symphony or a choral piece? Can you describe the structure of it?
I would say I call it freeform, although it's in 5 parts, with ideas that build on each other and interweave. And I'd say the form was actually reflects the way I wrote the structure of the text, which was very simple. Actually, it was 3 lines, and the original 3 lines were Usque ad sidera telus, ab terra Marte ad astra, aparte tempus ad terra Marte, which is Earth rising up to the stars, and from Mother Earth to the stars, and from Father Time to Mother Earth. So the structure is literally Sidera, the stars, Usque ad Sidera Telus, which is like this section that I pictured as terraforming, because I find with the way the landscape of the Karoo is, and just how there's so many stars in the sky and so many grains of sand on the ground, it kind of has this alien thing to it. And writing it was this process of terraforming. So it comes back to the stars. So Sidera, Usque ad Sidera Telus, Sidera, and then the section of From Mother Earth to the Stars, which is, I'd say, quite, I don't want to say atonal, but it's quite dissonant in its clashes, just how the earth has changed and formed and reshaped over time. And then there's quite a softer section, which is from Father Time to Mother Earth, which is just like this reflection of seeing the stars and as they change as the sun sets, or as through all of time, these landscapes have formed and changed shape. And in the last section, it borrows a lot of rhythms and sort of my experience of, I could say in general, doing African music in my last 2 years of studies, and how you'll have a lot of, I wouldn't call it hocketing, there's a lot of interlocking that happens between the lines, and they play with each other, but there's this rhythmic play and melodies that interlock and come into each other. So it all comes together into this really, I think of it as quite a fun section after all of this terraforming and transformation that's been happening.
Denise, are there any instruments? Is it a cappella, a choral work, or are there instruments involved here as well?
So it's an a cappella work specifically, but for Vox, I did say that for their edition, they can incorporate the organ in the first part. There was a talk I listened to a few weeks ago where someone said the organ was like the original synthesizer, just the way the way it oscillates. It really is like a synthesizer with all the pipes and everything.
Was there a reason why you chose Latin as the text?
I chose it because of how it's an ancient language, but also it's dead in a sense, and the Karoo is ancient and has a lot of dead things, like all the fossils. But I really do like the sound of Latin, and I think from my childhood singing in choirs, but also being raised in the Catholic Church, there's a sense of familiarity with it, and I find it's a beautiful singing language. Or has this reflectiveness tied to it because of the context within it existed, whether that's from the church or medieval works. There's this, could I say, ancient presence to it.
Denise, thank you very much for your time today. It's fascinating listening to you about this piece that you've composed, and I myself am looking forward to hearing this piece being sung by Vox. This is a concert happening on Saturday, the 14th of October. There'll be 2 performances, one at 11 a.m. and one in the evening at 8 p.m., both of them at St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church in Waterkant in Cape Town. Thank you very much, Denise.
Thank you so much for having me, Otto.
FMR 101.3